Alright guys, we're going to get back into another rolling commentary, this time with myself, Logangriffin, and Paulo Filho, second degree black belt under Eduardo Telles. Alright, so started out on bottom and went for Kiss of the Dragon to sweep and come up on top. And this is where I wanted to play against Paulo. You guys are going to see me try to apply a lot of pressure, and Paulo's going to be able to defend a lot of my passing attempts. If you guys are interested, by the way, Paulo just broke this roll down on his channel, the JiuJitsuBox. I'll try to leave a link somewhere in the description or maybe on this video if I can figure that out. But he will give you his kind of insight about this training session, and on this channel you'll find my insight on our training session. So my main thing whenever I'm trying to pass Paulo's guard is to really just establish some type of positional dominance and grip control. Whether I'm trying to control the hips or the head or having to pummel my legs in and out quite a bit, that's kind of the main thing. And it's not like I'm ever gonna really get a solid pass like right off the bat. I usually have to work and I usually have to cook my opponent, especially when they're this tough. You can tell that, and Paulo talks about this on his commentary, that he trained a lot at the first gym that he trained at in Brazil at Barbosa with Barbosa. Those guys would have a lot of good pressure. So I oftentimes ask Paulo, I'm like, how do you always maintain your frames, and how come I can never really get through your frames, even though I have at least 25-30 pounds on Paulo? And he just said that like since day one when he was training with Barbosa and all of his guys in Brazil, that's what he had to kind of get used to. It's like sink or swim type of style, and he had to deal with a lot of pressure. So I think there's a lot to be learned here on how to avoid pressure passing, and how to, as a pressure passer, if that's the game you want to play, how to avoid or how to like work around somebody who can frame exceptionally well. Paulo does a great job of always having his knee in. He's always got one knee in, he's always got one frame in, he's always looking for the next. You can see he just kind of switched his knees, and he just keeps me at bay. He just barely keeps me away from getting that full control that I'm desperately looking for. My passing strategy right here is a mix between high tripod and body lock. I like the side body lock and a lot of headquarters. So that's kind of like my whole passing style on Paulo, because it's hard to pass Paulo with pressure, but it's even harder to pass him with outside loose passing because he's so good at recovering. So really the best bet is getting in and just establishing control that way. Here I have really good grip. Like I work my way from the hips and all the way to the head, and usually if I can grab the head like crossface style and keep my lower body in somewhat of a decent position, that pressure will take me a long way. That pressure and that grip and that grittiness of just driving through and drive and trying to break my opponent mentally. So I finally got a good position, and then Paul was able to generate a lot of power by getting on his side and escaping his knee line. And I try my very, very best to keep that leg down and keep my side smash position strong, but it's just very, very tough to maintain. So then we get back into the exact same rhythm that we're doing, right? Now you guys can see this is a good point in a passing strategy, I believe, in any good passer. So at one point in time, Paulo had space and he started to butt scoot away. And I could have given Paulo 30 seconds or given myself about like a 30-second breather. But instead, what I did is I keep walking forward. I call it like a positive pressure, or just staying positive. If I was to be negative, then I would walk away and give him space. And it just kind of leads to obviously getting his back exposed and starting to get my real position on. I was able to just apply the pressure and get him to turn away, go to a leg drag, and able to get my both hooks body locked with his arm inside. And that's the end of the round.